Welcome to our relationship decks today. On this decks, we discuss issues relating to our relationship, be it in the family, be it as husband and wife, spouses, be it in the workplace, be it in the society, be it in the business place. Relationship has been established to be very important. 85% of your success and happiness in life depends to a large extent on how you relate well with people. So we believe relationship is very critical. God created man as a relational being. We don't live in isolation. We interact with others. So knowing how to get along well with others will go a long way in helping you to achieve the success that you desire and fulfill the destiny that God created you for. So on this desk, we discuss issues relating to our relationship. Stay tuned. Today, our focus is the most important thing in relationship. The most important thing in relationship. Relationship is everything. We have established that 85% of our success and happiness in life depends on our relationship with people. How well we relate with people, how well we get along with others. We affect our success and happiness in life to the degree of 85%. And that's a big number. That's a whole lot. So that means we should take great care how we relate with people, how we treat others, because what goes around comes around. We rise or fall in life based on our relationship. Yes, you rise or fall in life based on relationship. You must have heard people say that who you know matters in life. In fact, some people say who you know is more important than what you know. That tells you that relationship can be a game changer in life. If you have good relationship with people, chances are you fulfill your destiny, the plans that God has for you in life. And researchers have established that 85% of your success or happiness in life depends on your relationship. However, if it comes down to the most important thing in all the relationship we have with people, if it comes down to you having to choose the most important segment or part or component of your relationship, what would that be to you? If it comes down to you, for you to choose the most important part of your relationship, what will you choose? That is our focus today. If it comes down to one aspect of relationship that counts above all others, if it comes down to you having to make a choice with regards to relationship that you keep, the most important aspect of your relationship, what would that be? That's our focus today. The most important thing in relationship. What will that be? I would like you to guess what's the most important aspect of relationship for you. Just take a moment. Just take a look at your life, review your life momentarily. What has been the most important? What aspect of your relationship have received the greater attention from you? Where you may have heard the phrase or the maxim that charity begins at home. So the most important aspect of our relationship is the relationship with our family. Relationship with family people. Relationship with our family members. That's the most important thing in relationship. That's why they say charity begins at home. That means we should put our family members ahead of all other considerations when it comes to relationship. Your relationship with family members, your spouse, your children, your siblings, your parents, your relationship with family members should count, should be given priority ahead and above other aspects of your relationship. That is not to say that other aspects of relationship that are not important, they are equally important. Don't get me wrong, they are very, very important. But it comes down to one area that you must Get it right. Above others, it is your family. Relationship with family members. If you fail in all other areas of relationship, if you fail in all other aspects of relationship and get it right in your family, you will still be considered a success. But if you succeed in relationship, in all other aspects of life, but you get it wrong with your family, I doubt if anybody will consider you successful. I doubt it. So relationship with family members is very important, so vital. Family is the greatest institution on earth that God himself instituted. So we must take great care how we relate with members of our family. Was late Dr. Miles Monroe of blessed memory. I read a good number of his books. I've read and I'm still reading. He made one statement. He said, if he has a call from a church member who is about to die, say, I need you, pastor, come and pray for me. At the same time, the wife calls him, I need your attention, my husband. He said he will have to make a choice, and that will be to be with his wife. He says, sadly, the church may have a funeral because he will not have time to attend to the member. He will rather attend to the wife who needs him than attend to the member who is sick. That shows you the value he places on the family. And I believe that is God's expectation. That's God's mindset for all of us regarding our relationship with our family members. So family is everything. Relationship with family is very important. There is need to maintain balance between your work and your personal life. A lot of people, they carry work home, they take work home, and then the home is an extension of the office. It is not supposed to be so. You should work while you are at work. When you are at work, minimize distractions. People spend up to 70% chatting with co-workers, and at the end, they have not achieved anything. They are not able to fulfill the tasks they have for the day, and they end up taking it home. And then when they get home, the time that you spend with their loved one, they deny them, and they continue working at home. That's not a good practice. That will affect your relationship with your family members. So you should rather decide to work while you are at work. In other words, give full attention to what you have to do when you're at work, so that you don't have to carry work home to beat deadline. If you devote your entire time at work to the work you have to do, you won't have need to take work home. Some people spend the first 2 hours with co-workers chatting about what happened over the weekend, what happened on the television, what the media is saying, what happened on the internet, and then they spend the next time with, they go to lunch, and at lunch they're gisting with people, and when they're back with lunch, they want to see this person, check out the other one, check out that. Before you know it, the time at work is over, and little or nothing is done for the day, and they end up taking the work home. That is a wrong priority. So you should work while you're at work. Work while at work. Spend less than 10% at work chatting with co-workers. Devote at minimum of 90% at work. Devote it to the work you have to do, so you don't have to carry work home. And so give quality time to your family. An American business coach, a business expert, Myron Golden, he made a statement, and I feel it's very applicable, appropriate in our discussion today. He said, focus and balance are phases of life. So maintaining balance between your work and your family life is a phase. If you're into business, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, depending on the stage of your business, you might need to focus more on your business. But that does not mean it will be at the detriment of your family. As on stage in your business, as on stage in your career, you might have to devote more time to your work, to your career, to your business, to get it right, to focus more there, and have little or no time for the family. But That should not be the norm. That should not be the daily practice. So as you get to a stage where your career is stabilizing, your business is stabilizing, you should create time for your family. So at that stage, it's not advisable to take work home and then turn your family to an office setting again, where you're supposed to be there for your spouse, for your children. Avoid the tendency to take work home. And when you're at home, endeavor to have face-to-face interaction with members of your family. You know, we live in a world filled with distraction. Little thing can distract us. Your phone, you want to check something over the phone. If you're not careful, before you know it, you spend an hour glued to your phone. Television can be a distraction. The phone can be a distraction. The radio can be a distraction. When you are at home, endeavor to have face-to-face interaction with members of your family. You should be 100% there at home. When you're at home, let it be evident that you're at home. Let your spouse feel that you're at home. Let your children feel that you're at home. Be 100% there. Don't be half there at home and half glued to television, half glued to the internet, half glued to your computer. No. You're at home, be there for your children. If your children need your attention, shut down every other thing, give them the attention they need. Put away every other thing and focus on what is at hand. When you get home from work, the first 1 hour after work, when you're at home, should be for family interaction. And every other thing should be turned off. Television should be turned off, your phone should be turned off, the radio should be turned off, the computer should be turned off. The first 1 hour, devote it to your family, to interact, to check up on them, to catch up on what happened at school, what happened at work, what happened in the business place, how they're feeling, how they're faring. Have quality interaction with your spouse and with your children. You can also create chunks of time, say like 30 minutes, like 60 minutes, like 90 minutes, 2 hours, at intervals, maybe on weekly basis, to have quality interaction with your family. Another strategy you can employ is, instead of listening to the radio or playing music in the car, playing CD in the car, turn off the car CD, turn off the radio, have quality conversation when you are driving with a member of the family in the car. That would be a great time, a nice time to catch up and ask how they're faring and know what is up. I read a book by Brian Tracy talking about family relationship. Talk about a man who took his child to school for a practical session in the music in school, and unfortunately he missed the school bus. The man had to drive 4 hours with the daughter to take her to the fellow students. According to the story, the man said for that 4 hours, what he got to know about the daughter in 4 hours conversation was far more than he knew the daughter for the past 16 years. In other words, the man hardly had time for the children. He got to know more about the challenges, the things the daughter is going through in 4 hours than he has known the daughter in the past 16 years. So spending time together with children is important. And where you have to be together in the car, put off the CD, put off the radio, and have quality conversation in the car. That would be a good investment of your time. If you spend time with your family while in the car, instead of listening to just radio or playing CD. Another way to spend quality time with your family would be to take weekend away alone with your spouse. Once in a while, you spend the weekend together with your spouse alone. Once in a while, you go on vacation with a family alone. You and the entire family go on vacation alone and spend quality time. Put off every other thing. Turn off the phone, turn off the computer, turn off the television, and spend quality time interacting as family. That way, you get to build the bond as family. Another strategy will be to treat your family members the way you treat your best customers. You don't want to joke with your customers. You don't want to, take your customers for granted. You want to be there when your customer needs you. Do the same to your family members. Treat them with care. Treat them with courtesy. Treat them with full attention. Treat them with respect. Show love to your family members the way you would show to your quality customer, your best customers. You will see the change that you bring in your relationship with your family members. You have to show good manners, be courteous when you are dealing with your family members, just the way you deal with people outside, or when you are dealing with your best customers. The good manners, the courtesy, the respect you display, you should also display it at home and display it to people everywhere you are, anywhere you are. Good manners, courtesy, treat people with respect, be kind to people, be courteous to people. That should be applicable to your family members. Don't take them for granted. Another strategy for good relationship at family, at home, is to let go of your past experiences. We all have past experiences that are not pleasant. The more you cling to your past experience, the more bitter you'll be. It's good to free your mind so you can relate well with members of your family. Forget your past negative experiences. Let every day be a new day. Let every event be a new event. Let the past negative experience be past. That will help you to overcome the tendency to be bitter towards your family members. Another thing is to categorize every situation into two. That is fact and problem. Facts and problem. Facts are the things you have no control over, including the past. Things you cannot do anything about, including your past. You cannot do anything about it. Regard them as what? Facts. You cannot do anything about them. Refuse to be bitter or refuse to become bitter about facts. Let them be gone. Your past experiences, your past life, those are facts. Refuse to become upset over facts because you cannot do anything about it. On the other hand, problems. Problems are the things you can do something about. The things you have control over. Problems. So take reasonable steps to address the problems, to deal with the problem. Do whatever you can to deal with the problems, the situations that appears to be problem. While on the other hand, facts, you refuse to be upset and let them be in the past because you cannot do anything about them. Another strategy for good relationship with family members is to forgive your parents. A lot of people that are bitter about what their parents do or didn't do, how their parents didn't send them to school or didn't do this or didn't do that. The fact is, there's nothing you can do about it. Your parents may have done what they did to you with the best of their intention or with the best of resources that they had. They're humans as well. Whether they did it well or not, you cannot do anything about it. So you need to forgive your parents, forgive your ex-partners, forgive your boss, forgive your spouse, forgive your friends, forgive your siblings. You must forgive different people in life. In fact, forgive yourself. There are things you have done to yourself that when you remember, you become upset, it gets you bitter and angry. You need to forgive yourself. There are things that when you say, well, how could I have done that? I blew it up. I got it wrong. Yes, it happens. Such is life. No one is perfect yet. We are all striving towards perfection. So you don't need to dwell on your past mistakes. You don't need to dwell on your negative past, whether that came from your parents, from your siblings, from your boss, from your employer, from your children. You don't need to dwell on the negative past, whether it came from yourself. Let the past be past. Forgive all the people in your life who have hurt you in one way or the other, including yourself. Let the past be past. Let the past be dead, buried, and forgotten. Put it where it belongs, behind you, and face your future. I read a book where somebody said, have you considered why God gave us two eyes and the eyes are all in front? Why didn't God give an eye at the back? That's because He doesn't want us to look back. Get focus. Looking at the front, at the back at the same time will keep you at the same spot and to be a great distraction for you. So let the past be past. Stop brooding over the past. If you want to get along well with people, with your family, with yourself, let the past be past. Put it behind you and look forward. Another strategy is to put people first. Be committed to daily doing and saying things that will improve the life of other people. Doing things and saying things that will raise the self-esteem of your family members, the self-esteem of people around you, of people that you relate with. Instead of putting people down, cutting them to size, and showing that you are better than them, that will not help anybody. Raise their self-esteem and make them feel valuable. Everybody wants to be appreciated. Everybody wants to feel valuable. Everybody wants to have a sense of belonging. So say things and do things that will raise the self-esteem of people and make people feel appreciated, feel valuable. In that way, they will also have regard for you and make you feel valuable as well. Because what goes around comes around. Life is garbage in, garbage out. When you relate with others as garbage, they also reflect the same thing to you. Life is a mirror. If others are treating you the way you don't like, it's a reflection of the way you are treating others. So if you don't like the way others treat you, you change the way you treat others and the reflection will come. They will reflect it back to you. They will begin to treat you the way you like if you treat them the way they like. So in the end, in the long run, it will become a win-win situation when you treat others well and relate well with people in your family, in your workplace, when you realize that family counts above all, that our relationship with family should be the priority, and you give attention to nurturing and building a good quality relationship at home with your family members. It will rub off on every aspect of your life, your career, your business, and at the end, it will be a win-win. You will win, family members will win, your business will win, your career will win, people around you will win if you get it right at home. No wonder they say charity begins at home. So give attention to your relationship with people, especially with members of your family.